Episode 10. Hello, this is Dr. Yoshi. Welcome to Rewire Lab. This is a space where you reclaim the ability to decide with your own brain and take the steering wheel of your life back. Today, we'll explore a slightly provocative theme: the law of attraction. And yes, most of you have heard the phrases, thoughts become things, wish and it will happen, order from the universe, your vibration shapes reality. Yet, have you ever thought, red flag, honestly, this sounds suspicious? Good. That reaction is intelligence. I used to think the same. Even when I wish and wish, nothing happens. Here's my position, clearly. Wish and it will happen is an incomplete equation. But it's not entirely wrong either, because when you change what you consistently attend to, you change prediction, you change behavior, and outcomes become more likely to change. Today, we'll examine the mechanism and do a short, practical exercise. By the end, you'll be able to use law of attraction not as magic, but as a reproducible design principle for your brain's algorithm. Today's definition. First, let's redefine the term law of attraction. In this episode, the equation for the law of attraction is attraction equals selective attention plus prediction plus behavior design. Meaning, what you treat as important, how you interpret what happens, and what you do next shape what becomes likely in your life. This is not wish and the universe will do something. First, your brain and behavior change how reality is perceived and how events are likely to unfold. In other words, the first step of attraction today is updating your brain's search criteria. Two people, same environment, different reality. One day, two people joined the same company. Person A believes, I probably won't be valued here. Person B thinks, I don't know yet, but maybe I can grow. The first week, reality is almost identical. Same boss, same tasks, same environment. But after 1 month, Person A says, see, this company doesn't recognize me. Person B says, my boss is strict, but I'm learning a lot. What changed? Not the environment. What differed was the brain's prediction. Person A's brain becomes tuned to find evidence of not being valued. Small feedback feels like rejection. Guidance feels like criticism. Opportunities feel risky and get avoided. Person B, meanwhile, scans for data to improve, turns feedback into guidance. Small challenges become momentum, and results accumulate. The point isn't that. This isn't positive thinking wins. When prediction changes, attention and behavior change, and that accumulation changes reality. It's like two people in the same world watching different channels. The world you see is pre-edited. Let's talk about the brain. Every second, humans receive an enormous amount of information unconsciously. But conscious awareness handles only a tiny fraction. numbers here often get exaggerated. Some estimates suggest the brain may process hundreds of thousands to millions of bits unconsciously per second, while conscious processing may handle only tens of bits per second. The exact numbers matter less than this. The gap is enormous, meaning conscious awareness has extremely narrow bandwidth. So the brain edits first. Let only the important things through. A structure often mentioned here is the RAS, the reticular activating system. Scientifically speaking, attention is not controlled by the RAS alone. It's a broader neural network. But for practical understanding, the brain filters information based on importance. Think of it like an airport control tower. Few runways, every landing needs permission. And here's the key. What counts as important is determined by your meaning making. You're not just seeing reality, you're selecting from it. Mini experiment. Visualizing your search criteria. Let's try a short experiment. Step 1. Relax, gently close your eyes. Step 2. When I say go, open your eyes and within 3 seconds find only red objects. Only the red objects. Got it? Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, stop. Did you find something? Now close your eyes again. Question: what blue objects were there? Most people can't answer immediately. Blue existed the whole time right in front of your eyes. But it wasn't in the search criteria. So, experientially, it was almost like not there. Nothing magical happened. The search condition changed. This happens constantly in life. Tracking a friend's voice in a noisy room. Noticing your name across conversations. The cocktail party effect. Conclusion: reality didn't change, the highlighting did. The science of attraction. Here's what this means. Most people wish. Most people want change. But they keep the same search criteria. So they keep noticing the same evidence, interpreting it the same way, and repeating the same actions. So nothing changes. Let's phrase the law of attraction in a way that works. You probably want 2 things: to notice better opportunities, to increase effective actions. When both happen, results become more likely to change. And this comes from design, not willpower. So we break the law of attraction into 1. Importance shifts, values, beliefs, meaning. 2. Attention allocation shifts. 3. Interpretation shifts. 4. Behavior shifts. 5. Statistically, outcomes become more likely to change. This is probability, not guaranteed, but increasing the odds. Not prayer, just a design. 3 noise sources. To implement this in real life, we reduce 3 sources of neural noise that pull the brain away from its steady baseline: emotion, other people, the past. Not enemies, just signals that can become too loud. Noise 1. Emotion. Emotion isn't the enemy. Emotion is the brain's priority alarm system. The amygdala rapidly flags relevance or threat, often before conscious reasoning catches up. This fast pathway is well documented in affective neuroscience. Under stress, research shows prefrontal regulation can weaken, while reactive circuits dominate. In simple terms, the reacting brain can temporarily outrank the thinking brain. The solution isn't suppression, it's regulated observation, which studies in mindfulness and cognitive labeling show can reduce amygdala activity and increase prefrontal engagement. 2 tools. 1. Label it. Anxiety is here. Anger background music is playing. Affect labeling research shows that naming emotion can dampen limbic activation. 2. 1 breath cycle. Inhale, hold, exhale. Slow breathing stimulates vagal pathways and can support regulatory control. Emotion may attend the meeting, but it doesn't get voting rights. Noise 2. Other people. Comparison is cognitively useful. The brain evolved to use social reference points. But when comparison becomes constant, attention shifts into deficiency detection mode. The brain's salience and attention networks begin scanning for evidence you lack, evidence you're behind, evidence you're inferior. Not because reality changed, but because the search parameters changed. This aligns with research on selective attention and goal-directed perception. What we prioritize alters what we notice and remember. Solution. 1 sentence. Define your internal metric. I am someone who... Examples. I am someone who keeps learning. I am someone who acts with integrity. I am someone who continues small challenges. This isn't self-hypnosis. It functions like a search query for attention systems, biasing perception toward evidence consistent with that identity, similar to findings in goal priming and self-schema research. The world stays the same. The filtering changes. Noise 3. The past. Here's the hopeful part. Memory is not a fixed recording. It behaves more like a document that reopens when read. Research on memory reconsolidation shows that when a memory is recalled, it can briefly become labile and open to modification. So we don't erase the past, we update its meaning. Implementation phrases. Failure isn't proof of inability, it's data. Shame isn't the end, it's learning cost. The past itself doesn't change, but the brain's prediction model, which uses past meaning to guide future behavior, can. Reduce these 3 noises and attention becomes clearer, decisions quieter, and action more consistent. Not by force, by design. 60-second integration. Take a moment now and allow your attention to gently turn inward. You don't have to change anything. Just notice your breathing, exactly as it is. And as you notice it, you may already feel the body beginning to settle. Because the mind often follows the breath the way a leaf follows the current. Slowly inhale through your nose, feeling the air enter. Cool, quiet, effortless. Hold softly, not forcing, just resting in that small, still space. And exhale, letting the shoulders release, as if gravity remembered it can hold you. Again, inhale, gently filling. Hold, suspended, calm. Exhale, longer this time, and notice how the mind naturally becomes quieter when the body slows. Good. And you may begin to notice that a quieter mind becomes more receptive, more focused, more open to a single, simple direction. Step 1. Now, allow one small intention to softly appear in your mind. Not something big, just something real, achievable, within a week. Don't search too hard. The first gentle idea that surfaces is often the right one for today. Let it settle there, lightly, like placing a bookmark in a page. Step 2. And now, without effort, decide that today your mind will notice 3 small signs that this intention is already moving forward. You don't need to find them now. Just deciding is enough. Because once the brain receives a direction, attention begins adjusting quietly in the background, the way a camera lens turns, and what was once blurred naturally comes into focus. Small progress, a useful thought, a moment of courage, a tiny step. These signals often appear when the mind simply allows them to be seen. Step 3. Now, gently ask yourself, what is one tiny action I could begin within 30 seconds later today? Tiny is perfect. Opening a message, writing one line, checking one detail. Let one simple action appear. And now, lightly imagine yourself beginning it. Not forcing, just seeing it, as if watching a short, calm scene. Notice how the body often accepts an action more easily after the mind has already visited it once. Integrating the loop. Feel the sequence now. Intention placed. Attention gently shifts. A small action begins. A small result appears. Evidence quietly accumulates. And as this loop turns, reality doesn't need to rush. It organizes, steadily, naturally, reliably. This is the law of attraction in practice. Not wishing, not forcing, but allowing attention and action to align. One more slow inhale. Hold, calm and centered. And exhale, fully, comfortably. And when you're ready, return to your day, bringing back only the focus you need, and perhaps noticing that something small has already begun. That's all for today. Thank you for listening to the end. If even slightly, instead of thinking, maybe reality can change, you now feel search criteria can change, That's enough. Next time, we'll explore something many people carry with deep misunderstanding. The theme is emotion. In this lab, we value deep understanding over speed. I'll see you next time. Rewire your brain, change your life. This was Dr. Yoshi.